All right, buckle up, because today we're diving into a creation myth that's got it all: ambition, drama, those big existential questions. It's a cosmic soap opera, basically.
You could say that.
We're cracking open the Anurag Sagar, this text attributed to the Indian mystic Kabir.
It's a story that still resonates with seekers centuries later. And it's definitely not your average religious text.
We're zeroing in on pages 133 to 139, a section called the Devotion of Niranjan. Now, I know devotion might not sound like the most thrilling theme.
It's anything but.
But trust me, this is where the story really gets going.
Creation myths. They've always captivated us. Across cultures, across millennia, we're drawn to stories explaining our origins, trying to figure out our place in the universe.
Makes sense. So where does the Anurag Sagar fit into all of this?
What makes the Anurag Sagar so fascinating is that it goes beyond just narrating the birth of the cosmos. It digs into the motivations of these beings, their desires, why they do what they do.
It's not just about what gets created, but why and who's doing the creating.
Exactly.
So let's set the scene. The Anurag Sagar starts with this idea of Shabdas, these divine sound vibrations, like cosmic building blocks.
Imagine the universe, but it's being created through sound, like some divine symphony.
I like it. Okay, so these sounds emanate from Sat Purush, who is, help me out here.
Sat Purush is the ultimate reality, right?
Yeah.
Beyond all the realms that we know and even those we don't.
Beyond all realms. So we've got Sat Purush, this infinite source, and then these creative sound vibrations.
It's a powerful image. And this whole concept of sound as a creative force, you see that across so many traditions. Think of the word of God in Christianity, or the primordial vibration Om in Hinduism.
I'm getting chills. Okay, so we have these players on the cosmic stage, but then enters our main character, Niranjan.
Niranjan is where the Anurag Sagar introduces this really fascinating tension, this tension between enlightenment and desire.
Ooh, tell me more.
So picture this incredibly powerful being, so devoted to his practice that he's willing to stand on one foot for countless years in meditation.
Seriously, my legs cramp just thinking about it. Okay, so he's disciplined, but then what?
But here's the thing. Even with that kind of spiritual discipline, the text describes Niranjan yearning for something more.
It's like he reached peak enlightenment and thought, okay, what's next?
Right. He's looking for a space to call his own, a realm to shape and govern. It's like this really human impulse, that desire to create, to build, to leave your mark.
So it's not like he's giving up on enlightenment to become a cosmic landlord.
No, not quite. It's more like he's hit this certain level, and now the desire to create, it's emerging, it's becoming part of his journey.
And this desire is a big part of what we're going to be unpacking in this deep dive.
It's a really key idea in the Anurag Sagar, and it's something we all grapple with. When are we striving for something bigger than ourselves? And when are we just chasing shiny objects in the void?
Ooh, I like that. So Niranjan's got this urge, this yearning. What's he going to do with it?
Well, that's where things get really interesting, because Niranjan's brother, Sahaji, enters the picture.
Oh boy, here comes the drama.
Yeah, and let's just say, he's not exactly throwing Niranjan a going-away party for this whole universe-creating plan.
I am here for it. Tell us more. Okay, so Sahaji's not thrilled about this whole universe-creating idea. What's his perspective here?
So imagine this. You've been saving up, right, for that dream vacation. You get the beaches, the food, the total relaxation, all planned out.
Sounds amazing.
Right. But then your friend comes along and says, true happiness is right here. Just embracing this present moment. That's kind of Sahaji's vibe.
So he's like the ultimate minimalist friend, content with pure enlightenment.
Exactly.
While Niranjan's over here like, but I need my own cosmic man cave.
He's all about pure liberation, totally content in this completely enlightened state.
Wow.
And he starts to question Niranjan's whole deal, is this really about fulfilling some cosmic purpose? Or is this just ego?
Ooh, good question.
Is this just like a thirst for power? And it's something we all grapple with, right?
It is.
When are we striving for something bigger than ourselves?
Yeah.
And when are we just, chasing cosmic shiny objects?
I love that analogy. So they're kind of having this sibling squabble, but it's not just like whose turn it is to do the dishes.
Oh, this is way bigger than dishes.
Okay.
This is about the very nature of existence.
Yeah.
That's what makes this story so powerful,
It is.
It takes these huge philosophical questions, but then it just embodies them in these characters that we can relate to.
I'm hooked.
Sahaji sees Niranjan's desire for this separate kingdom as a distraction.
Distraction from what?
Distraction from complete unity with Sat Purush. Remember him?
Right.
that ultimate source.
Yeah, okay. So, does Niranjan listen to his brother? Does he put away the cosmic Lego set and just say, okay, I'm good, I'm going to meditate?
You know, if you've ever tried to talk a friend out of a grand scheme, you know how this goes.
Oh, yeah. It usually doesn't work.
Yeah. And in this case, Niranjan.
Oh.
He's fueled by his creative urge.
He's on a mission.
And let's not forget, he's got that blessing from Sat Purush. So he forges ahead. He starts shaping his realm.
So, wait, this is it? This is the birth of our universe? All those billions of galaxies, countless stars. Are we really just Niranjan's passion project?
That is the mind-blowing implication of the Anurag Saga.
It's a lot to process. It's like realizing your apartment building is just a snow globe sitting on some giant's coffee table.
Right. It makes you think. What's driving our own desires? Are we just reenacting Niranjan's yearning on a way smaller scale?
Suddenly, my to-do list feels a lot less important. So we've got Niranjan building his universe, Sahaji kind of shaking his head at his brother's antics. What happens next? Does Sahaji at least try to stage an intervention?
Well, the plot thickens. Just like any good story, it takes an unexpected turn. And it leaves us wondering about the true nature of creation and those ripple effects, even from these divine desires.
You're killing me with the cliffhangers. Don't miss the next part of this step dive, listeners. We're unpacking the fallout from Niranjan's grand creation, and trust me, you do not want to miss it.
All right, deep divers, welcome back. Last time, things got a little tense out there in the cosmos. Niranjan's off building his dream universe, and Sahaji, well, let's just say he's not exactly over the moon about it. It's like when your sibling goes all in on some questionable hobby, right? You just got to watch it all unfold and hope for the best.
And maybe hide the credit cards, just in case. But in all seriousness, where do we leave off with Sahaji? Does he try to talk some sense into Niranjan?
Well, think about a time you were really in the zone on a project, like you're in that creative flow, everything's clicking.
Oh, yeah, I know that feeling.
Are you really listening to advice at that point?
Yeah.
Even from people you trust?
Probably not, to be honest.
Niranjan's got this creative energy just flowing through him. He's shaping galaxies, he's igniting stars. It's all happening. Sahaji's concerns, they're valid, but they kind of get drowned out in all that cosmic noise.
So he's got those noise-canceling headphones on, huh? But here's what gets me. This is our universe we're talking about. Are you saying this whole grand experiment we're part of is maybe just one being's passion project?
That's the wild perspective the Anurag Saga offers, right? It's like, zoom out for a second. Imagine our vast, awe-inspiring universe is really just one tiny note in this much grander symphony of existence.
It really makes you think twice about those unfinished projects in the back of your closet, huh?
Maybe those are just tiny echoes of that same cosmic urge to create. But it's a humbling thought, right?
It is. So where does Sahaji fit into all of this? Does he just throw in the towel and go back to his cosmic meditation cushion?
Not exactly. And this is where the Anurag Saga takes another turn. See, Sahaji, he's not just some cosmic bystander, right?
Okay, so what's his role then?
He represents something crucial to creation. He embodies the silent potential, the formless possibility from which everything emerges.
So even though they have totally different approaches, they're both essential to the whole thing working.
That's the beauty of it, right? Like the yin and yang of the cosmos. You've got the push and pull of creation, the stillness of pure being. It all works together.
This has been incredible. If our listeners take away one thing from this deep dive today, what do you hope it is?
I hope they start to see echoes of this cosmic dance in their own lives. Maybe it's that Niranjan-like drive to create or that Sahaji-like stillness. How do those energies play out within you? I think that's worth reflecting on.
It really is. It's about finding that balance, that sweet spot between our ambitions and the stillness that helps us see things clearly.
Exactly. And I think the Anurag Saga reminds us that sometimes the most profound answers, we find them not in the big pronouncements, but in those questions themselves.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Huge thanks to you, our amazing expert, for taking us on this wild ride through the cosmos. And to all our listeners out there, thank you for joining us on another deep dive. We'll catch you next time as we unpack another fascinating corner of the universe. Until then, keep exploring.